That's right, everybody. I forgot. Today I was going to record something because I'm not actually feeling that well. And I'm going to go ahead and get into it now and just explain what it is. Welcome. Welcome to Horror Stories with Ellie. That's right, everybody. I wouldn't even be on camera right now, but Smart Pixel is a bit of a dick and won't record the image here for my YouTube. So I'm going to have my webcam on. Sorry if I don't look that great. I wasn't feeling well. I ended up having to call into work yesterday. And so, yeah. But anyway, on here, right now, I will be picking random stories off the internet, then reading them to you guys aloud into this microphone to give you all a fright. Anyway, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, so first story I did find on the internet was called Sick, and it's on Short Scary Stories on the internet. The story is called Sick. It has a 4.1 out of 5 rating, which is actually really good. And the author of this story is Jason Ryan Qualls. So, with that said, let's get started, shall we? She is so beautiful, he thought to himself. He loved her so much. Her hot, silky body, the way she tucks her hair behind her ear, her ever-so-loving voice. But most of all, he adored her sweet, innocent face. He knew all its lines and creases, its many soft curves and sharp angles. Sometimes, late at night, he would lie awake for a few hours, staring at her while she lay peacefully on her pillow, gazing rapidly at her features, memorizing its contours with the tips of his fingers. The brow was an impressive brow, high and prominent. He had always thought that a strong brow was the sign of a strong mind. Sometimes he wondered what thoughts went on behind that brow, and whether he could ever understand them all. His own brow was not so big, and so, he guessed, neither were his thoughts. But he too had thoughts that were not so easily understood, either. He knew he did. He had surprised his lover with them once, and that was proof. Her eyes were so innocent and so pure, the sockets deep set but level to give them a penetrating gaze. Behind the shut lids were the brightest blue eyes he had ever seen. Baby blue, he called them. But there was nothing remarkable about them. The almost imperceptible wrinkles born of stress drawn at the corners were a clue to their witness. These were eyes would experience. They had seen quite a lot, not all of it pleasant. Sometimes he thought those eyes could look right into his soul, yet there was still innocence in their look. For he knew that he could not see everything. His lover's nose was a marble sculpture, a Grecian ideal of beauty made flesh. It helped to accentuate the sharp cheekbones and divided the face with geometric precision into absolutely perfect halves. There are two equal sides to everything, he would say. Just look at my lover's face. The lips were perhaps the most remarkable feature of his lover's face. Thin, but not so thin that they did not feel full when inviting when pressed against his own. More than the brow, more than the eyes, more than the nose, it was the lips that best captured the expressions of his lover. Relaxed, they were Relaxed, they were a study of contentment. Turned down, they were a roadmap of dissatisfaction. He preferred to think of them turned up in absolute happiness and laughter. It was these lips, so sweet and gentle, in their line that shaped the words his lover spoke to him. Those words often amazed him. They spoke of important things he sometimes did not understand. They spoke tenderly of him and the affection of his lover felt toward him. Once they had spoken harshly, once they had called him sick, but only once. But he realized that one cruel insult helped him to remember his lover's kinder words all the more sweetly. Sorry. Just, let me see my damn eye. I don't know. I'm not crying over this. That made me sad. Everything is. Ugh. He would spend all night gazing at his lover's face that way, thinking thoughts of true love and devotion, until the alarm clock rang, reminding him that he had to go to work. Reluctantly, he put his lover's head back in the refrigerator where he kept it safe and secure while he was gone. This time, however, he was feeling hungry, wanting a snack. He went to the kitchen silverware drawer, reached inside, and pulled out a fork. He then used the fork to impale one of the squirming maggots that had made its home on his lover's dead face. He plucked the maggot into his mouth and gulped it down. Then he placed his lover's severed head back inside the safety of the refrigerator. He walked into his garage where his lover's headless body lay sprawled across the work table. He looked down at it admiringly. He then reached over and grabbed the blood-cocked bow saw and went to work dismembering her remains one piece at a time. It was an orgy of flying limbs and gore. He remembered to remove her private parts and kept them in a trash can to play with later. After his work was done, he placed the severed body parts in several trash bags and dragged them to his backyard. Outside, the moon was full and shining high in the night sky, making the stars twinkle. He walked out to the large hole that he had dug a few days earlier and piled the trash bags into the hole. The shoveling of dirt was the only noise. When he was done, he cleaned his tools and put them away. He went back inside his house to take a hot, relaxing shower. The rest of the day would be an empty and unfulfilling one, until the evening, when he could return home to his beloved, to embrace his lover, to make love to her, and to have sex with her rotting, severed head once again. Then he would lay her on a pillow beside him so he could contemplate his lover's face again. Well, that was quite a disturbing story. I didn't even read it before I recorded this because it spoils the surprise for me as well, and I don't want to do that. Anyway, this says thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Ellie the Psycho on Horror Stories with Ellie. The author of this story is Jason Ryan Qualls. I'll be sure to put a link in the description if you wish to check out the other stories. And if you have any horror stories of your own that you would like me to read, feel free to tell me down in the comments below. And you can also send them to my email, and I'll read them aloud on the next video. Until then, I will see you all next time.